The ANC Women's League will commemorate the 70th anniversary of the Women's March with a wreath-laying ceremony at Freedom Park. The ceremony will be attended by surviving stalwarts of the historic 1956 Women's March and ANC national officials as a prelude to Women's Day commemoration on Sunday at the Union Buildings led by the government. SABC News reporter Samkele Maseko is on that story. Samkele, good morning to you.
A very good morning to you, Leanne. Indeed, the ANC Women's League is having that particular wreath commemoration ceremony this morning here at Freedom Park, which will be led by the ANC Women's League officials. In forefront will be its Secretary General Nokuthula Nqaba, who is also the acting president of the ANC Women's League, whom will be leading this particular commemoration of the 1976 Women's March to the Union Buildings. It particularly comes at a time where South Africans and government and the IEC are preparing for the local government elections on the 4th of November at midnight tonight. Online registrations, voter registrations effectively closes with the Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, SABC, expected to proclaim the elections today. We also know that last week when the ANC Women's League had a picket outside the National Department of Treasury's offices here in Pretoria, Nokuthula Nqaba, the Women's League Secretary General, said that they may be forced to boycott the elections should there be no discretionary fund that is allocated by the Minister of Finance in the medium-term budget speech in the next month or so on this particular discretionary fund on gender-based violence and femicide to fight that particular scourge, which they now say is a genocide against women within the country. The ANC's Deputy Secretary General, First Deputy Secretary General, Nomvula Mokonyane, is expected to lead this particular wreath-laying commemoration on behalf of the African National Congress, in anticipation that they will also be having a National Executive Committee meeting of the ANC at 10 o'clock this morning, looking at the councillor selection processes of the governing party. I'm just going to try and bring in this member of the ANC Women's League, or Ms. Onika, just to speak on the importance of this day. Ma'am, very good morning to you. Just the importance of this wreath-laying commemoration and the 1976 March of the Women to Pretoria. Just oppose it to the current socio-economic conditions that women are faced with in the country today, including gender-based violence and femicide.
Thank you very much for having us. Indeed, the ANC Women's League, we are laying the wreath, remembering the heroines of our struggle who have marched in 1956, 70 years later, and we are still saying that the women are confronted with a lot of challenges. So today is a moment to reflect, but to say in the past 70 years, what is it that we've achieved? A lot has been achieved, but there's still a lot that needs to be done. Unemployment, women are unemployed, gender-based violence, as you are correctly putting it, we still need to fight this the scourge of gender-based violence, a pandemic. But more than anything, we are saying that let us reflect where we come from, where we are, and where we need to go.
As you reflect of where you are and where you are going, particularly noting that you are going to the 4th of November for the local government elections within the country, what do you have to say as women within this particular governing party that is tipped with research polls saying that you may even dip further from 40% to about 36%, and noting that women are the biggest voting demographic within the country?
Yes, we're not oblivious to the challenges. We know the challenges, and that is why we continue to say that let us have women in the forefront leading municipalities. And we are also saying that the women must be given opportunities to be the ones who are leading as chief whips, as speakers, and as MMCs. But as you are correctly putting it, that the organization is going through challenges, and the challenges have been well articulated by the ANC itself. And we have been the first ones to say women of the ANC must be in the forefront, knocking each and every door, talking to the women and talking about where we are, where we come from, and where we need to go. But we can only go there when it is women who are leading the struggle. I always make this joke that men have never marched. It's women who went to the forefront and confronted the regime of apartheid. And it will be women right now who are saying we're no longer marching to be liberated politically, but we are marching for women to be liberated and for them to experience and to be able to enjoy the fruits of the economy. This is the women who will lead that march.
In short, how difficult has it been to try and convince young women, particularly young women, youth, to go out and register to vote, noting that the cut-off is at midnight today before the Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs proclaims the elections?
It has only been not only been difficult for the ANC, it has been difficult for all political parties, and this is a trend across the globe that young people are not going to the polls. But we have been having a message for the young women of South Africa that the policies of the African National Congress are the ones that are making young women to be engineers and doctors, cybersecurity experts, and all these trades that have never been for young women. We were the first ones to be out there as the ANC Women's League to remind young women that today those young women who are in the facing the brand of poverty, they're the ones who are benefiting from all the social policy of the ANC. So it's not like nothing's been done, but we are not oblivious to the challenges that we are facing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Onika. Onika comes from the ANC Women's League and also works within the Progressive Business Forum of the African National Congress, specifically speaking on the issue of young women, voter apathy, which the president says is non-existent, particularly when he went about in Emalahleni, when he went about in Madibeng in the Northwest Province, that there is an interest from young people. But the question is, are young people registering to vote? They still have an opportunity until midnight today to register online, to be forming part of the democratic project of South Africa on the 4th of November on the local government elections. If you are struggling with water, struggling with potholes on your roads, struggling with the lack of electricity, struggling with the basic services, struggling with refuse collection, your time to voice out your opinion on the governance of your local municipality is on the 4th of November, where it is predicted that the over 280 municipalities within the country, many of them will ultimately be hung after the local government elections on the 4th of November, particularly in provinces such as KwaZulu-Natal, Gauteng, and other parts of the country, particularly if you look in your areas such as Musugaligwa in Mpumalanga province, which is already a coalition government. Many municipalities will be coalition governments. Some have even written that you may anticipate the roller coaster ride, the chaotic scenes of political parties, particularly that of the MK party, to rock your local government councils after the 4th of November, where there will be a high turnaround of mayors. But the proof is in the pudding. It's not yet happened.
All right, Samkele Maseko talking to us there this morning. So we'll leave him there, and of course we will pick up with him again a bit later on.